Hi, all. Welcome to Diversified Finance. My name is Prakal. Just a quick video regards to Bitcoin price action. So as we know, Bitcoin dropped about like 10% overnight, and then traditional markets are down like heavy, probably over like 4 to 5 range percentage. Uh, that's what we see here. Like see, Nasdaq is down about like 5%. So when we see traditional markets are going down so much, Bitcoin wouldn't survive. Like even though we were holding about 22,000, now we are back down to about like 20K or so. Yeah, but it's good that Bitcoin is still holding 20K. That's not a bad thing to see. So that's kind of like a good news. But even though Bitcoin has gone down like 10%, we've seen like some of the altcoins, like most of the altcoins are not down as much. Some of them like down just somewhere closer to like 10% or so. Some of them even like outperforming Bitcoin. They're down about like 4-5%. So it's pretty obvious. There's not much people in the market. So even though we've seen like a 10% drop, there's nobody to panic sell. Like most of the people are out of the market right now. That means like we are very close to a bottom. So this is the weekly chart. So what we want to see some sort of a W pattern forming. It's forming at the moment right now, but we need more candlestick. This is a weekly chart. So I would expect this is the W pattern that I'm talking about. So like that, I would like to see a few more candles below this long-term trend line, the green trend line, and drop down to maybe like say 16,000 and then do something like that. See, that would be really good. Then you go this one. Yeah, so let's say it coming from here like this. So if you see a W pattern, something like that by the end of October, this would be really good, right? So we want to see Bitcoin back down to like 16,000. That could be the bottom if that happens. And also, this black line right here is the 200 weekly moving average, which is like a very good support, like especially during bear markets. So we know that it's below the Bitcoin price right now is below 200 weekly moving average. And if you see in previous bear markets, it was like a very strong hold, like strong support back in like 2018 in December when Bitcoin dropped to like 3K. It hold about this 200-day moving average, and we've seen like continuation up to like 14,000 from 3K. But this time we are not that lucky. Bitcoin dropped below 200-day moving average, and now it's kind of like consolidating just below that. So there's something else we need to check. This is the 200 week moving average. So let's look at the 300 week moving average for change. So this is the 300 week moving average, right? Okay. So as you can see, this is the 300 week moving average. So during the COVID dump in 2020, we've seen like a candle all the way back down to like 300 weekly moving average. So looking at this, in my previous videos, we discussed about 200, 200 and 300 day moving averages, and I also mentioned there's a possibility it could come all the way to 200 weekly moving average, was come towards 300 weekly moving average. So right now, 300 weekly moving average is somewhere near 17,400 right here. So there's a possibility it could break just below 300 week moving average, drop to about like 16,500, right? And then at that time we know no one would wanna be in Bitcoin, right? Whoever in the market right now will panic sell, and that could be the capitulation we are waiting, the one last drop that we're waiting for. So I believe like 16,500 would be like a low, and after that we'll probably complete this W pattern, and after that, probably by end of October. So until October, I'm expecting we might not see higher prices. So after October, then when we break about like 25K or so, then we could see a lot higher prices for Bitcoin, like all the way back up to even 40K, even 30K, 30 to 50K or so. Then we might see another correction just before the halving, and then probably be able to like break about 70,000 or so. So that's what I believe right now. And as I mentioned earlier, all coins are already like oversold. Most of them are down about like 90 to 95%. If someone's planning to accumulate all coins for long term along with Bitcoin, it's not a bad time to do that. Not, having said that, none of this financial advice. Don't buy, hold, or sell just because I say so. Yeah, so that's the disclaimer. So that's once given that's out of the way. All coins, there's plenty, right? We can all coins that we discussed earlier, like for example, all coins like OP, LDO, like if you see Ethereum price tend to go up a lot higher after the capitulation, these coins will benefit, like, and they could start heading a lot higher as well. And for example, SKL, LRC, these coins, like as all coins, you can hold them for long term. They're pretty good coins, and they have like their main goal is to help the merge. So when after the merge, if Ethereum price pumps, of course, like these coins will come a lot higher as well. And most of the old coins are down. Like I'm not talking about micro cap small coins. Yeah, part of the diversification you can also add micro cap all coins in your portfolio. But before you do that, you make sure you have 60% in Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum, and the rest of the 20% you can have large, mid, small cap all coins, right? So you have a bit of diversification, like 5 to 10 coins max. So on your portfolio, including Bitcoin and Ethereum, there should be like another 10 altcoins. So altogether, your crypto portfolio, there'll be like 12, should be like 12 coins, no more than that. 10 to 12 coins, right? There's no point like trying to buy all the coins. It's the same thing, like one when we are in like a massive bull run, all these coins will pump, right? 5x, 10x, right? So it doesn't matter what sort of coin you have, as long as you look at the RSI, and then if they are oversold, you can accumulate those coins. As long as you have Bitcoin and Ethereum on your portfolio, you can keep on adding more coins in the future. Right? Even right now, they are pretty cheap at the moment. Not a bad time to accumulate. We can also look at the RSI. So this is what we are a weekly RSI. We're looking at the weekly RSI right now, and as you can see, this trend line. When we break this trend line, that's when we will probably see the bull market, the real bull market. So there's a lot of resistance on this trend line. The first one was here, and the second time it went there, got rejected, came back down. Third time, didn't even go closer to it, and the fourth time we are right here. So we want to see RSI for Bitcoin just go like that, and then break above, come back and retest, and then you can see something like that, and it will go a lot higher. So this is the bull run that we are waiting for. You can also look at the DXY, right, because it's highly correlated, inversely correlated to Bitcoin price action. So given that the markets went down so much, we can see on the daily chart. Yeah, so we can see DXY US dollar just went back up. It dropped from about 110 to about like 107,675, and then it pumped a lot higher, like during or like overnight when the markets went down. So DXY is inversely correlated to share market, Bitcoin, and all the asset classes. So when they are going down, it's going to benefit the US dollar, so US dollar is up. So, but we could still see it could get rejected, could come back down. So we have to wait and see how this traditional market will do overnight. So by tomorrow morning, probably have an idea. Like if we see further downside for all coins for traditional market, we could see US dollar tend to go a lot higher. And in a way, this dump, it's a good thing. That's what I believe, because the central bank, Federal Reserve, doesn't want people to spend money, right? That's why they keep on increasing interest rate. So if that's the case, if they see the markets are cooling off, people are worried to spend money, And this sell-off might give him the idea, okay, we kind of like given them the message, right? If we keep on, if the market keeps pumping, we'll keep on increasing interest rate. So the market is down, then they might try to like slow down a bit or so. So, but people are still expecting 0.75 basis points in US. But if they, instead of that, if they do 50 basis points, now that the share market corrected a lot, if they do 50 basis points, then that could be good for the share market. And then market might pump a little bit like short term. But that's something we need to wait and see. So US dollar, as long as it's going to stay about this level, it's going to go up above 110, then that's not good for Bitcoin and traditional market. That means higher US dollar, that means lower Nasdaq, lower Bitcoin prices, right? But even if that happens, I believe Bitcoin will probably come down to like 16.5K or so, and then that could be the capitulation we're waiting for, and from there we'll probably see a lot higher prices. Okay, so that's all, and also added BTC 3S and Ethereum 3S just in case. So overnight, Ethereum 3S and BTC 3S, like these are short leverage coins, went down a lot. So this is not financial advice. Don't buy any of these coins. Like they're really volatile. And if you can put $100 and next day when you wake up, it could drop to like 20 bucks. So it's so volatile. So you got to be very careful with these ones. If you're an experienced trader, then you can buy and hold these coins. So just in case, like, I'll just buy both of them, 3L long and the 3S. So overnight, 3S pumped a lot, right? This probably pumped from 105 to about like 132. And Ethereum 3S also pumped. So what I've done, I just sold some Ethereum 3S and BTC 3S, convert some into BTC 3L and Ethereum 3L. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I want to hold like Ethereum 3L and BTC 3L until we see the next bull market. So because these 3Ls and Bitcoin goes up a lot, I can do really, really well. Yeah, so that's like leverage tokens. Okay, so that's why I'm prepared, as I mentioned, like, either way, market goes up or down, I'm prepared. If the market goes down, then I'll start accumulating more Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. The market goes up, I'm more in the market. I'll sell some of my crypto and take some profit out just in case, and hold some USDC. In case if we see like further downside for this traditional market and for cryptocurrency, then I can utilize that money to accumulate more for future. Okay, so that's all for today. I'll talk to you in the next video. See ya.